All right. So, where we last left off.
Everyone died.
The end.
No, that'll be at the end of this episode.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I mean, it's possible.
Spoiler alert.
But after finish exploring the manor in the woods, discovering several more mimics on the way, and finally finding all 5 keys to whatever magic ritual was going on in the house, something happened in which a loud explosion eventually led you all to find that there was a crate dragon attacking the town slash castle that is the entire reason why you're here. A chase in the woods, chasing an Absol who seemed to have been trying to simply alert you to the danger. Also eventually led to the party splitting up, with 2 party members electing to head back to the ship, while the other 2 continued on foot. And we rejoin the adventurers basically toe to toe with this dragon.
Oh, we got that close to it?
Not really, but
Okay.
you are still on foot, and although you haven't been seen yet, it it is pretty much right in front of you. So, what do you do?
Good thing I'm wearing my brown pants today.
Um, has it seen us?
Not at this time.
Okay. So I think we should do a tactical retreat and regroup.
Yes, we're going to need to get closer to it, I guess.
Yeah, eventually.
First, you put on a ring of invisibility, and then you flatter the dragon
Yeah.
and escape out the way you came in before it lights you on fire.
Okay. So, what's your plan? Because you do have your communicators, and the other 2 members have yet to been made aware of the situation.
Should we tell them?
Absolutely, we should.
I
Guys?
think we're getting the ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
we're
guys- yeah.
here, opposite direction.
So, guys, we
Yeah.
found the big boss.
Yeah, we've got a big problem.
What do you
very,
mean?
a very big problem.
Does a cute little Pokemon like enlarge or something?
Oh no, it's not the Pokemon. It's
Not at all.
big.
Snook is like warming up the engines, getting them ready to go. He's sitting in his booster seat in the pilot's.
Do we have any nukes on this ship?
We do not.
Yet.
We have one gun on the ship that's on a turret that could go 360 degrees. So
Okay.
So, what does our large problem look like?
It's got lots of scaly hide, sharp teeth, uh, spits acid. It's about the size of the castle.
What?
yeah,
Yeah. It
A
is.
little bit smaller than the castle, not that big.
But it's pretty
So,
big.
yeah.
It's bigger than the giant you fought. And they're called a giant.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll be there in like 15 minutes. I will also take some med packs while we're flying, too.
Okay. Smart. So, the ground party, I'm guessing, is doing everything in the power not to start
Not to
combat
be.
early.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
everything in our power.
Okay. You can see the Absol who was kind of hoping you guys would help do something, kind of get antsy, and like, what are you guys doing? It's over there, it's destroying everything.
At this point, I will bring Marowak back or Snover back and bring out Pyroar.
Okay.
And I will try to communicate with the Absol to try to calm it down, let it know that we have others coming.
Um. Yeah. Okay. I guess roll. This shouldn't be hard. An animal
Capability check.
handling with advantage because Pyro is helping you.
Okay. 18 on the die plus 12 is a 30.
Dang, only a 30.
Only a 30. Sorry.
Oh well. The Absol rolled a nat 20 on insight, so that beat you by one. No, I'm kidding. I did actually roll a nat 20, but that was just a joke. Yeah, you calm it down. It gets the message, it quiets and waits for your signal. But as you do wait, you do see this thing's just rampaging. What what was little left of the buildings is getting even further destroyed, and the big castle is taking damage as well. It's big, it's pissed, and currently uncontested. But some time passes, and you eventually get the message that the ship is now on the way. Won't be too much longer now. Is there any last minute battle plans? You guys, any pre spells you might want to set up? Anything along those lines? Now would be the time.
Yeah. All right. Well, once everybody's in range, I'm gonna throw a force barrier on them. I'm gonna do it as a um, third level, so that you get 10 added to your maximum HP for 8 hours.
Okay.
I'll target myself, Mashami, and I can only do it to one other person.
Well, that does bring up a good point. Mashami and Panook of the ship crew, after arriving at the area, do you get out of the ship and join them on foot?
Or do you want to attack it from the ship?
The ship does have a gun.
Nick was suggesting that I think that Shami and Pnuck were all about using the ship to attack. Right? Or am I wrong?
We could do both.
We
Distract
could.
it with a ship as some of us attack from the ground.
That's true.
So I will say, before combat starts, that you guys are absolutely allowed to use the ship in combat, and I even have a couple basic kind of points to bring up. For we're not going to be using necessarily full ship combat, but it could still come in handy. As to put this in chat. So basically, if you decide to bring the ship in combat, the ship will have the same amount of actions as number of the PCs in the ship. And during combat, you'll be able to do one of these 4 actions per party member in the ship. So keep that in mind with your planning. Theoretically, all 4 of you can jump in the ship and just, gun this thing down.
That's true. How much does the laser cannon do?
Well,
on
against other
paper, a D8 damage.
but that's against other ships. So take that as you will. Our ship only has 40 hit points. So a D8 is literally 1/5 of its hit points.
If you roll 8s.
Right.
It's 1/40th if you roll ones.
I will say the point about the gun's main purpose being to fire upon other ships also goes the other way, where the ship is meant to withstand attacks from other ships. So whether that means it's better against a crate dragon or worse against a crate dragon, that's up for interpretation. But
I'm just glad we paid it off before we decided to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing hurts more than paying for something that's broken. Should we do 2 on the ship and 2 on the ground? Because if it's distracted by the ship, at least the little guy on the ground won't get stomped on, maybe. Hopefully.
also, this conversation would be happening as the ship is en route.
Yes.
Because once it gets close enough, the rampaging crate dragon will probably have something to say about the ship. So it's not like you're already here and landed and you're just having a side conversation while the crate dragon's looking at you like, "Hey guys, when do you want to start fighting?"
About how far?
We haven't pulled the boss yet. We haven't pulled aggro.
About how far, Cull, is the crate dragon from us? From the guys on the ground?
I'll give you 120 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Still far enough away that small and on foot is unnoticeable, but not necessarily far enough away for flying metal object to be unnoticeable.
I kind of want to go toe to toe with this thing. Just full on Leroy Jenkins.
I mean, yeah, I wanna slash him too. Maybe try to climb on its back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're starting from the ship, you can you can get on its back a lot easier.
I could. I mean, if we do one on the ship and it just evades and just kind of makes a nuisance of itself, that work? Do you think?
Up to you.
What do you think, Panook?
I, I, I'm confused. I think I was okay with 2 in the ship and 2 in the ground. I just don't know how the people on the ground are going to attack. That's pretty much.
We'll
I'm just
find
trying
out.
to conceptualize that. You guys have like rocket launchers.
Just hover over it and I'll jump out.
All right.
Maybe you could beam up Jax. Do we have a beam thing?
No.
Oh.
By beam
You
up,
can
you
just do
mean
a quick.
hotland, jump in real quick,
Yeah.
take off again?
Yeah.
That might be an option.
That that's definitely gonna be an interesting maneuver mid combat, but it's possible.
Yeah, no. I got to stay on the ground to direct the Pokemon.
Okay.
All right. So yes, you and your
So,
Pokemon squad.
Panook could stay on the ship, and I mean, we've got the droid brain to fly the ship. He doesn't have to fly it. He could use
Yeah.
you could use the gunner if you want.
So you want to leave one on the ship? You want to have Pnook in the ship and everyone else on the ground?
It's up to you. Are you comfortable doing that? Do you want to be on the ground with us?
No. Actually, Pnook should be on the
No.
ship. No, but also because he has a high intelligence, so he's good at piloting. Gunnery, he's going to be probably good at because that's Dex, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So sure, we'll have Pnook fly by, do a Mashami drop,
Yeah, airdrop Mashami off.
and then like race off, and he'll just be up there on the guns while the droid like tries not to get the ship.
Well, you really don't have to drop her off. She could just jump out, and she's got the boot of flying, right?
Well, that's what I
I
mean
do
by
have-
drop her off.
Yeah.
I mean,
Airdrop Mashami.
it's sort of like it's like you said, like a hot drop.
Hmm.
We'll go as fast as we can so she can safely jump out. I don't know what speed that is, but it's low, but it's certainly not stopped.
Any
Question.
speed, really.
Does your ship have any escape pods?
It does not.
Okay, I was about to be like, improvised missiles. Just saying.
No.
We need those escape pods that we don't have.
Yeah.
Pascal, you have the character sheet for the ship, so
I
you
do.
should see everything that it has. So.
And I will be keeping track of its hit points and shield points as best of my abilities. But also, someone else maybe who has access to that, double check me.
Yeah, I will.
All right. So you guys are gonna stay on the ground and then run up to it.
Yes.
Yeah. So
How fast is the ship?
The ship has a 0.1. Hold on. Yeah, it's got a really good engine. It's got a 1.0 hyperdrive, so it can go pretty fast.
So I'm gonna take some time to buff up while we're waiting for the ship to get here.
Also, theoretically 300 feet, but positioning isn't going to be something you need to worry about in the ship because it'll be a little too complicated with how fast that thing goes. So, but okay, back to Raph, back to
Yeah, no problem.
buffing.
So it hasn't been an hour since I cast Burst of Speed on everybody, right? So everybody should still have that plus 10 feet for 1 hour.
No,
Yeah.
that got
No,
up, I
that's
think.
up.
Okay.
Oh, the first time you would have done it, yes, it would have gone off. But I thought you did it a second time after people decided to split off.
Yeah.
No, I think we were still in that first hour, and we only had 15 minutes left of it.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, because I did it so that we could. I put it on everybody so that we could chase down the
Yeah,
the
right.
Absol. All right, so we've got that. I'm gonna cast Armor of Abeloth on myself. It gives me 5 temporary HP, and the first thing that hits me takes 5 psychic damage.
all right, pretty handy.
Yeah. And let's see.
So
I'm
who's
gonna-
getting the 10 hit points? The other 10 hit points.
Well, I'm gonna hold off on doing it until Mashami gets here. But basically, since I can do it to 3 players, and there's going to be 3 of us on the ground, it works out perfectly.
Okay.
So it'll be Yumi and Mashami. And then, yeah, I don't want to cast Night Speed yet because that has a duration. So I'll hold off on that. Yeah, so right now, just Armor of Abeloth.
All right, fair enough. Anyone else have any pre-battle preparations?
So Nick finally figures out where the gunnery seat is.
Fair enough.
And he brings his booster seat over there. Get in the chair. He puts on the janky headset that the Millennium Falcon uses for its guns.
Theoretically, Pranok, you can mirror image and pretend like there's 4 people on the ship.
Yeah. When they start talking to each other, that's when you send Nook to the hospital, okay?
Oh, here's something I can do. I'm going to activate my Ideal of the Tranquil to recover some force points. I get a number of force points equal to half my wisdom rounded up. This it's an ideal that I have to manifest. I got a certain number of those per day. So what's my wisdom?
Alright.
3. Half of 3 rounded up. I guess that would be 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's something.
Ready for the TPK? Everybody got new characters?
Yeah.
So do you want me to drop it in with you guys? Or do you want to wait for later? No.
Well, you want to try and get on its back, right? I guess once we see the ship coming in, we'll start charging in.
How long does it take to switch positions on the ship? Like if I went from pilot to gunner, how long would that take? A combat round? 5, 10 combat, like none. I don't know.
For the sake of simplicity in this scenario, as long as you are on the ship, whenever it's the ship's turn, or i.e. your turn, you can do any of the 4.
Okay,
Just
so because
You're basically
go.
commanding the droids and the AI on the ship to do stuff.
probably
The way I see
what
it.
I would do is I would be the pilot so I could use my pilot skill to drop Mashami off, and then swap to guns.
Yeah. You're just like you're in the captain's chair and you're just like fire torpedoes. Captain Picard style.
Yeah, so in this case, mechanically, once it's your turn
I
again, you're good.
I mouse and keyboard hotkey everything.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
what I do.
Mhm.
1 for pilot, 2 for guns, 10 for grenade launcher. I don't
All
know.
right. If no one else has any
All right.
pre-combat preparations, then I guess let's start off with initiative.
Yeah, no, because mirror image is not going to help me much other than what you said. It'll entertain me, but can't mirror image. Yep, I would love to do that.
That would
All
be
right.
something. A mirror image ship. That'd be crazy.
That would be awesome.
So, you know, Nook's doing the Mass Effect thing. If you played that, flying through stuff. He's going to bob and weave. So get Mashami in there. They came from behind.
Okay, between Mashami and Jax, who wants to go first?
Doesn't matter to me.
Jax can go first. It's fine.
Okay.
I totally forgot to give you. Panook's got a nat 20.
That actually works.
Alrighty.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Now, is he using the ship's dexterity roll, or is he using his own? Because the ship has a dexterity score.
It does, but he can use his own only because
Oh,
the plan is he's going to be the only one on the ship, so he gets
that's
to
just an
go.
item.
It's
Okay.
a +2.
Hmm.
The ship's dexterity is a +2.
Oh, on top of my dexterity is what you mean?
No, you could use the ship's dexterity or your
Mine is a +3, so.
Okay, so use yours then.
Okay. Gonna be honest.
I put the targeting computer aside, Tom. I'm flying manual.
Yeah,
Use the Force, Panook.
with his nat 20 roll anyway, it wouldn't have mattered. So,
Yeah.
Panook, you get to go first. This is going to be the turn where you do the flyby to drop Mashami off.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So you guys see the ship come blasting into position at some pretty high speeds, and the back opens up with Mashami getting ready to do whatever Mashami's gonna do. Jax.
Well, I assume he's going to take the evade then.
Yeah.
I guess, except for if that would screw up Bashami's jump. That's the only reason I wouldn't do that, you know?
No, it's fine. I'll give you
No,
the
it
evade.
doesn't.
Makes
Do
sense
a
for what you're
barrel
doing.
roll. We'll do a barrel roll before we drop.
Yeah.
I mean, you can think of evade as evasive flying, so you only
Right.
you only take those maneuvers if you see an attack coming. Otherwise, you're just ready to go. It's you being ready for anything.
Got you. Okay. Well, we burn the engines to come flying in.
All right, so Jax.
We're about 120 feet away.
Yes, unless you specifically wanted to try to coordinate to have already been up there.
If the droids can fire, they can fire. I mean, because I'm not on the guns, but if the droid can do it, then
The droids actually are there to repair the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, well then. Okay.
So
That's their main function.
whenever, if it becomes necessary for you to need to repair the ship, then the droids are going to give you a pretty hefty bonus.
Okay, so then how's the ship gonna fly again if Pinocchio's on the guns? It doesn't matter, is what we're saying, right?
It doesn't matter because the ship has a droid brain, so
Oh, I see. It's
it
the
can pretty
ship's
much
brain, right?
autopilot and make
But it
decisions
can't.
for itself, but it can't like
Right,
you're still directing it.
and it
Yeah.
can't gun.
Yeah, that'd be your thing. It's not gonna
Okay,
automatically
fine.
shoot for you. That's what's gonna be your thing.
Okay. All right, no problem.
So yeah, so 120 feet, unless you want to try to coordinate, then I'll let you be as close or as far as you want.
What do you
No,
guys
that's
want?
fine.
So as soon as you see the ship, you would start running, knowing that the ship is faster, right?
Right.
I mean, with how fast the ship goes, technically, I feel like the ship would pretty much come into view and get into battle positions like immediately, and like the reaction time would probably be a little bit behind, but that's up to you guys. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt in positioning in this one.
Yeah. Well, basically, Mashami is gonna say how close, but I'm fine with 120 feet. Mashami is. Mashami's doing the hard part, which is the jumping.
I'll move up 15 feet, and we will initiate the attack with a hyper beam.
Okay, making you. How far do you want to be then, Jax?
So we were at 120. I'm moving up to 105.
Okay,
All right, I'm back.
so you're
I've got
starting
to
off 120 feet away. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Raph, that's where we want to be, right? We want to be 120 feet away.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll probably be moving in a little closer because I gotta get in melee with it if I'm gonna do anything with this thing. I figure
Um,
Mashami and I will be occupying its time while you snipe it with your Pokemon attacks.
right. So hyper beam. Make a dexterity saving throw.
$11.
You fail.
Yeah, this thing's big. Not very dexterous. Strong, sure. Dexterous, eh.
And we will start off with 42 points of normal damage.
Okay.
Then we'll
Strong
move
hit.
back. We'll move back another 15 feet. So we're back at the 120 mark. I also nod to the Absol saying we're ready to rock and roll before Pyroar goes to hyper beam it.
Okay. Mashami, you're up.
This is crazy! And I jump off the ship, activating my boots.
All right.
Um, how I would like to gauge so that I'm within like 10 feet of Nav, if possible.
As you slowly start falling, or in
So
general.
let's see. Because the ship is still going forward, and I'm still dropping out. So how would that work? Because would technically be going faster than me.
Um,
Or am I just overthinking this?
a little bit. You
All right,
jump.
how high are we? There we go. That's a better question. Off the
High.
ground.
Uh, high enough to be above it. The ship position is not going to matter much. You jump off the ship. Where do you want to try to land?
Well, I want to fly down to within. How close do I have to be now?
Nav would still be 120 feet away.
Yeah, so I want to be up just next to Nav. That's fine.
Okay, so you airdrop in next to the party as opposed to the back of the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then as my I'm going to hold my action for a dash. So that after Nav does its thing, I'll run 30 feet closer.
Okay. I will say that after the hyper beam, it is now very much aware of your presence.
Yeah,
So
I would be too.
you might be 120 feet away, but it does know where you are now,
Yep.
which will lead to Navaroth.
All right, here it comes. All right, so when Mishami lands next to me, I will cast the force barrier, bumping it up one spell level to give everybody plus 10 to their maximum hit points. Remember, this is not temporary hit points, but increasing your maximum. So it can be healed.
Huzzah.
And then I am going to start moving towards it. I'll go my full 40 feet.
Okay. With Mashami right behind. Okay. Up next would be the Absol's turn, and the Absol getting the go ahead to start fucking this thing up. Follows your lead, Navaroth, but seems a little reckless and charges in a full 70 feet as its turn. And then you see, actually, as it gets a bit ahead of you, you see it concentrate and it split into 4 Absols.
Oh, double teaming.
No.
It does
Your thunder.
Panook's trick.
It does. And then the Crate Dragon goes.
Does he
And
have to?
after getting hyper beamed and now seeing a force coming at it, it is actually going to probably view the giant metal ship floating around it to be the bigger annoyance. So it's going to attempt to blast some poisonous saliva at the ship, which it says it's poisonous, but it's not necessarily doing poison damage. So, the ship doesn't have a con, I don't think, right?
Oh, that I don't know.
Let me double check.
It's a construct.
What
It does have a
Oh, it
con.
does.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to need a con saving throw from the ship.
going to be a 16.
16. Okay.
But I don't think the ship can be poisoned.
No, it can't be. But it's called poisonous saliva, but it's really more acidic than poison.
Yeah, I was gonna say that considering what it did in the show. Straight up disintegration.
Dang it.
Everybody here has seen of the Mandalorian, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't want to spoil anything. But yeah, great dragons are no joke. I'm fully prepared to write a new character after this session. If it comes down to that.
I have one ready. I may have to bump him up a level, but he's at level 6.
Mm.
Okay.
Maybe we should just offer him a sandwich.
So, Banuk, while in the pilot seat, you get a good beat on the crate dragon. You drop Mashami off, and all of a sudden you see the crate dragon rear up,
Right.
look your way, and start Godzilla breath beating the ship.
I'm gonna do a barrel roll. I'm gonna invade.
Well, you took the evade action, so he's
Yes.
got disadvantage on the attack.
Right. But sadly, it's not a 2-hit, this one. Although the
It's a
evasion
co.
still comes into play as it helps mitigate some of the damage. So I will say that technically the con save failed, so it's taking full damage, but instead it's taking half because of the evasion. If it made it, would have taken quarter. So the half it does take is 35 damage
To the shields?
to
Wow.
the shields. Yeah.
So that's 35 out of 40 hit points in that one go.
Well, to the shield, which also has 40 hit points.
Oh, okay.
But it, of course, has to, recharge that, which it doesn't get to do for a while.
Good.
Right. Well, that. You just see the ship come through the flame, and there's just like smoke trailing it, little like fires burning on it.
And then you see
Technically, the shield fell.
it refocus itself and aim towards the group as it moves 40 feet closer to the group. And then Panook, it's your go.
Well, I gotta help my bros, and sits on the ground. So Panook will bring the craft, in an arc, and he'll go to guns. He'll have to just, try his best to keep the dragon distracted. So, he basically arcs around, switches over to fire controls, and lets it rip. So, I'll give you a roll. Oops. 16 plus 3 is 19.
Okay. Yes, that hits.
Am I adding my potential, or like what's the story with that?
Yeah, it's a gun.
So it's actually a 22, but either way. So then,
Your dexterity it lets you. You're proficient in shooting guns. You've done
I
so
have
in
the
the past.
I have the ship flying. It's keeping a steady path while Pinook is basically concentrating on letting the dragon have it.
Right. So you do hit with the laser cannon. Roll your damage.
Am I rolling my D8? Is
Yup.
that what we're doing?
So at the beginning of his round,
7.
Not bad.
the shields regenerate 8 hit points per round.
8.
Yes.
Okay, so they were down to 5, and then
So up to 13 now.
Right.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah. Shield generation.
I'll keep track.
Regeneration represented by a value the shields regenerate on the pilot's turn. At the start of the pilot's turn. Shield regeneration calculated by multiplying the maximum value of the ship's hit die by the shield regeneration rate coefficient. A small ship regenerates 6 shield points at the start of the pilot's turn, but only 3 of a fortress shield. Blah blah blah. So we have directional shield, which is a coefficient of 1, and it's a D8, so it's 1 times 8, which is 8 hit points per round.
Okay, good to know.
Yes.
Divert power to forward shields.
So you do notice that the laser cannon on the ship seems to be doing more damage than you thought it would to the fleshy ground monster, as
Ooh.
the fleshy ground monster is in fact not made of ship metal.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Good. I need all the help we can get.
The fleshy ground monster is in fact made of fleshy ground monster bits.
It's true.
Insert blaster sounds here.
Okay, Jax, you would be up.
All right. We cannot use hyper beam this turn. This turn, I will bring back Pyroar and bring out Klefki. And we will move up. We were at 120. We'll move up 30 feet.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
No, not unless I could bonus action dash.
No, not as a Pokemon trainer.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that is a rogue thing. Or even a goblin thing. That leaves Mashami. You're up.
Alright, so I'm gonna run 30 feet on a diagonal so I break off a little bit from Nav.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take out my blaster and I'm gonna shoot it twice.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll that nat 1. The other one is a 21.
All right.
Something.
That will hit.
And then the other one's a 22 now. And I will use a superiority die to do a distracting strike. So the next creature has advantage on the attack roll.
Sweet.
And it takes 28 points of energy damage. No, 30. I'm sorry. I have a +5. It's 30.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Okay. Navaroth, you'd be up.
All right. How far away from me is it at this point?
You moved up 40 feet last turn,
Yeah, and then moved up 40 feet on
Yeah.
its turn, right?
so you are 40 feet away.
Okay. Can't decide if I want to cast Night Speed on myself now or spend my action casting some lightning. It's not very dexterous, you said, right?
It's not.
It
All
is
right.
not. Yes.
All right. Let's do this then. Let's see that dexterity save. For some 8d6 lightning bolt damage. That's a lot of twos. It's a total of 31 damage.
And what's the DC?
14.
Alrighty. Alright. It's looking even pissed than it was before.
Okay. Did it take the lightning bolt head on, or did it look
It
like
did.
it dodged? All right. That's a lot of damage, and it's still alive.
How much damage was there?
31, right? Was what I
Nice.
said.
So it's taking like, what, 80? How much would did Pyro do?
He did 42.
Yeah, that's over 100 damage. So look.
Okay. So, at the start of the Absol's turn,
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
it being the closest to the Crate Dragon, it starts to go in for an attack. But the Crate Dragon's going to take a legendary action to try
Oh,
to
no.
fight it. as it tries to get even closer.
Bad dragon, bad.
Oh,
Ooh, hold on. First I gotta roll this. Oop. Okay. Ooh. The Great Dragon manages to bite the Absol before it gets moving, dealing damage. Okay, so it would deal that much damage. However, I gotta roll a thingy.
mirror image.
Oof. Okay. So the Absol does take damage, but there is still 4 of them out there. Rough.
It's not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet.
So it then does get its turn, and as it moves up fully,
What
the
about the
Absol.
Absol turn? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
The Absol got bit, but now it's its turn, so it continues to close the distance with the Crate Dragon, and the Absol will bite the motherfucker back. Because that's what Absols do. And it actually hits.
Did you
Right.
roll with advantage?
I did not.
Crit,
Wait.
crit, crit, crit.
It still hit, but no crit.
No. No.
All right. Two creatures with two pretty powerful jaws. And then it's the Crate Dragon's turn. Fully this time. And it now has an Absol biting at it. So, it being a large creature, it is going to maneuver somewhat around the Absol to also get Mashami within reach.
How
Because
long is his reach?
it is that big.
Damn.
He's a chunky boy.
It is. Well, seeing as how the Absol is pretty much the only thing really up front, it is going to attack the Absol twice with another bite and a claw. And Mashami, you are getting smacked with its tail as it moves around.
Rude.
So first we'll do the tail on Mashami. With a natural 19 on the die, that's going to hit.
Yeah.
Unless you really don't want it to.
No. I gotta save it just in case.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not within 5 feet of me, so I can't deflect it for you.
Okay, Mashami, I'm also going to need you to make a con save for me.
Okay. Oh, fucking. Oh, excuse me. Natural 20, so 21.
Nice.
Hey, at least bad stuff definitely doesn't happen.
That's true. There's always a bright side.
Okay, you take 15 points of kinetic damage as the tail smacks you, as well as only 5 points of poison damage. As this thing's apparently got a tail stinger.
Cool.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
This thing is freaking deadly.
Acid,
Yes.
poison.
It is. And then
Oh,
I'll
that
just-
pearl. That pearl inside better be worth a lot of credits.
When we kill it, too, it'll hopefully burst into credits, too.
Mm.
And then with its other two attacks, it lashes back at the Absol, but happens to miss one and then take care of one of its clones. Leading for Panook with the ship. Back up and ready to go.
Well, so far so good. The shields will be at 21 now, so they're coming back. So Panook will again, the ship will have it'll be circling or whatever, and Panook will be at their guns, choo, 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 just like launching, shots with the laser cannon at the big beastie. So let's see what he gets. He gets a 12, so plus 3 makes it 15. Oh, plus his potential that'd be an 18. Does that do anything?
An 18? Yeah, an 18 will hit.
All right, so the damage is 6.
Alright. Nice. Jax, you're up.
So Klefki and I are within 80 feet of it, right?
Yeah, you'd actually be uh within 45 feet specifically.
Hey,
So
Okay.
Klefki's a fairy type, right?
Yeah,
Fairies
he's
are
fairy type.
super
So
effective against dragons.
yes, absolutely. But we don't have any kind of really damaging fairy type spells.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop some spikes near the crate dragon.
Okay.
And what that does is if he goes under the ground, which I'm sure he's gonna do soon, because that's what the crate dragon will do. When he comes back out, I could use my reaction to try to do damage to him.
what's the radius on spikes?
It's a range of 80 feet.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty large area. You littered the battlefield with spikes. Anything else?
We will pull back 30 feet.
Okay. Okay.
And that's it for us.
All right. Mashami, it's your go.
Well, so it's 10 feet away from me now, correct?
Yes.
I want to try this for one shot. I'm going to forego my proficiency bonus. And if I hit, I get to add it twice to my attack damage.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Jeez. Does a 16 hit?
Hold on. Don't
What?
answer that. Don't answer that just yet. Let me just see something real quick. I can see her, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d4. And add that to your attack roll.
18?
Okay.
As I use my Defiant ability with her. As a human, I can do that.
Duh.
Okay. So, anything else? 18?
Yep, 18 to hit.
Okay, 18 does hit.
Whew.
So it takes 19 points for the first attack. And I'm not going to do it for the second. I'm really glad I didn't do it for the second. I'm going to use a superiority die and use a precision shot. Where is it? Precise precision attack. Yes. So I get to add a d6 to my uh, my 16. No, that's 15. Sorry, 15. So 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Of course. I roll a 6 on the thing and then I roll double ones. 9 points for the second.
All right.
Uh,
Anything else?
It's dead.
it's dead! Yay! You did it! And then I'm gonna stow my blaster and fly over it, so I'm like on top of its back, just hovering.
Okay. This thing is like 20 feet tall.
Okay, so 20, and then I have an extra. Yeah, so if I go on a diagonal, I should make it.
Okay.
And I take out my vibro rapier.
At the end of your turn, it is
It's gonna.
going to take a legendary action to attempt to swat the Absol away. Okay, it does hit the Absol. Let's see if it actually hits the Absol. It actually does hit the Absol. The Absol then has to make a save, which it fails. Okay, so as you guys watch Rashami do this attack, all of a sudden, Angry Crate Dragon War, Shamak, the Absol goes quite literally flying across the battlefield.
Oh no.
Aw.
20 feet away and prone now, the Absol is lying. Navaroth, it's your go.
All right. Am I next to this thing at this point? Did it move up close enough?
Um,
Or
no,
do I
because
still?
it clashed with the Absol, so you'd still be like 35 feet away, I think, technically.
That was
So
in
is
front
the
of me.
Absol moving? Is he down? What's the deal? Did he not get his turn?
You don't know yet.
Okay.
Well, is the Absol near me? If it got swatted 20 feet away, or did it get
Well,
swatted
the
a
the
direction?
last turn it maneuvered itself, so the Absol it became in between the Absol and Rashami. So the Absol is actually 20 feet further away from everybody now.
Okay.
And actually, it would be a bit closer to you because, yeah, it'd probably be within 20 feet of you now.
Don't
Navaroth.
worry about the Absol. I'll take care of the Absol. You worry about the dragon.
All right. I will cast Night Speed on myself, giving myself ×2 speed for a total of 80 feet, +2 AC, advantage on dex checks, and +1 action per turn for use on non-force powers. So, doing that, I will move up to the Crate Dragon, and I will attack it.
Okay.
Yeah, just straight up melee attack. Well, attack action, so 3 attacks, technically.
All right.
17?
Misses.
Okay, so we know 18 is the magic number.
Yes.
19 on the die, so that'll hit. No, come back. I'll get it later.
Miss.
All right, that's not going to hit. Okay, so I hit once
All right.
for 7 damage. And that'll be my turn. I lied. I'm going to use another force point to give myself more armor class.
Okay. At the end of your turn, we'll take another legendary action.
Okay. My AC is a 26, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will try to hit you regardless.
All right, let's do this.
To 26.
Yeah.
It does hit.
All right. It takes
Wow.
5 psychic damage from that armor spell that I cast on myself.
Right.
And I will try to deflect as much of that damage as possible. Yeah, 8. That's not bad. Plus my dex plus my sentinel level.
Okay, so also make me a con check, please. Or save, my bad.
Before I forget the number, I rolled an 18 for the deflection to reduce the damage. The Constitution save is a 14.
Okay, you would take 17 connect damage from the swing itself, but you would fail the con save.
Okay, and that 17 is after the deflection.
No, that was total, so
Okay, so I reduce it completely then.
yeah.
But yeah, so I did fail the con save.
So even though you didn't get hit by the meat of the thing, it still scratched you enough to get poisoned out.
Yeah.
Which didn't roll a lot for poison. 5 whole poison.
All right. That's my temporary hit points gone. I'm still good, guys. I'm okay.
And then it's the Absol's go. Despite that heavy hit, the Absol does get back up. Still with 3 clones. So, but with it being a bit out of the way, it will move. It has to use half its movement to get up. So it only. It's about 10 feet out of combat still. But it's still going. It's still kicking and going. And then it's the Crate Dragon's turn. With Mashami and Navaroth up front. So, Mashami, you are over top of it. And Navaroth, you were behind it, but it's its go, so it turns around. You're now in front of it. Okay. It will probably attempt to snap its jaw at Mashami. And Navaroth, you're probably gonna have to dodge some claws.
Okay.
But with your higher AC, you should be fine with that.
Let's hope so.
Okay, Mashami, you're up first with the bite attack. With a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Give me another con save.
20. Unnatural.
Okay, that's good. You take 24 points of kinetic damage,
Cool.
but manage to shake off a potential poison effect. And then Navaroth, 2 claws against you.
All right.
One of them definitely misses. The other one actually rolled pretty high with its bonus, will actually hit a 26.
All right. I already used my deflect, so I'm just going to take the brunt of it.
Alright. Well. Oh, this one, that's weird. Interesting. Okay, you take 10 points of kinetic damage. It actually rolled pretty low.
Okay.
As well as 4 points of toxic damage.
All right.
I don't know why that one specifically doesn't have a save where the others do, but I'll just go with it. That's its turn. Panuk.
Well, how's it looking, by the way? Hold on a second. So, how's it looking right now?
Hard to tell from the ship.
Okay, yeah. So, fire all weapons. Fire. uh, hold on. Here comes the die roll. Yeah, I may have missed because I get a 13.
A 13 will miss, yeah.
Choo choo choo.
Hey, watch it.
I
We're
know.
down here
I'm
too.
not that fast. I could have come in.
So, in my mind, the laser cannon is firing multiple shots around. It's just, all of them together what do the damage. So,
Right.
with you missing, it's just you're now shooting the ground and dust is being flown up.
Yeah.
While everyone's like ducking and dodging the huge attacks of this thing. Full like Warzone style.
Epic.
Right.
All right, Jax, you're up.
We will withdraw Clef Key, and bring out Pyroar.
All right.
Hyper beam.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's my action though.
Yeah. Bucket.
I cast haste on Pyro.
I would love to cast haste on Pyroar.
If I could cast 4th level force powers, I could extend my night speed to Pyroar.
That'd be interesting.
How far away is the Absol from me? I was about 75 feet. I moved back to about 75 feet away from the dragon.
So probably 75 feet because he would have been thrown at an angle from you.
All right, so we'll go 30 feet towards it at an angle.
Okay.
So keeping our almost 75 feet distance from the dragon. We're going around.
I mean, it is only still. It got back up, and it's only 10 feet away from the dragon. But it's
No,
like
that's
on
fine.
the side of it, so.
I wanna have the Absol within sight of me. I guess I'll move. If I can, I'll move 30 feet towards the towards the Absol.
Right. That will get you closer to the dragon by proxy.
Right.
Okay. That's fine.
But I'm still about 45 feet away from it.
Yeah. From both it and the dragon.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's all I can do.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it is going to attempt to swat Navaroth away with a legendary action.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
So Navaroth, a
Never
third
see a
claw
third
comes your way.
How many claws does this thing have?
Apparently,
Too many.
apparently many. Okay, it rolled the same thing it did last time. AC is still 26 right now.
Yeah. Until the start of my next turn.
Okay. Kind of wish I didn't hit you with that one, but I did hit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need you to actually make a strength save.
Okay. 21.
Okay, that's good. You take another 14 kinetic damage as well as 5 toxic damage.
Okay.
But you don't. Although it attempt to fling you as far away as possible, you manage to withstand its mighty strength and stay put. Which leads to Mashami's turn.
I turn around and hunker down into my shell when it smacks me.
Pretty much.
You just hear my shell crack a little bit. Like,
All right. I'm gonna stab it twice.
Alright, yeah, go for it.
Ooh. What is that? 21 for the first.
That hits.
So 13 for the second, but I'm going to use my last superiority die. To do a precision strike to see if I hit. So 13 plus 5 is 18.
Yep.
For 25 points of kinetic damage. I'm going to action surge,
Oof.
and I'm going to do it again
all right.
because I probably won't live till next turn. Cool. 21 and a 25 to hit.
Yep, they both hit.
For another 25 points of energy damage.
Alright. Anything else?
And I'm just gonna just stand on its back. Yeah. Die before my turn.
Okay. End of your turn, it'll try to tail whip you, although it's not a Pokemon, so it won't lower your defense. I've been rolling fucking the same number the last 3 rolls.
Judge.
Judge.
So
Judge.
26 to hit.
I'm gonna have to luck it.
Okay. Hey, it's lower. 18 to hit.
That still hits.
Damn.
If it's ranged, it's 19. If it's melee, it's 17.
Well, technically it is melee. It's just
Yep.
it's got to reach. All right. So with the tail again, make a con save for me, please.
$16.
That's not bad, right?
Okay, that's pretty good. You take 14 kinetic damage,
Mm-hmm.
as well as 4 toxic damage.
If it was more than one, I was down.
Okay. But you're not poisoned, although you might be down.
Yeah, I'm just lying on his back now.
Yeah, I guess it's a good thing you or specifically went over it, otherwise you would have just fallen like 20 feet.
I just wanted to ride a dragon for a little bit longer.
Okay. So that was the end of Mashami's turn, meaning Navaroth, you're up.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. I'm going to use my action to cast Saber no, not Saber Reflect. Saber Ward, giving me resistance to physical damage, or kinetic, energy, and ion damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to stab myself with a med pack as my extra action from Night Speed.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to boost my AC
Smart.
by 5.
Making it
28.
28. Okay. So now if I roll the same thing again, I will miss. Okay, so end of your turn, it will use its last legendary action to try to swat you away again. But miss terribly, so. It did work that time. And that's that's everything you want to do your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the Absol goes. It will close the distance with the Crate Dragon and go for a... It'll go for a mean slash. And it does hit. Absol out here being pretty consistent as well. Ooh. After that hit, it's looking pretty rough.
Good. About time.
But then it's the Crate Dragon's go. And with the ship still lasering down from above, you see it turn its head again and go for another Godzilla-like beam. So can I get a con save for the ship?
Okay. Con save?
Also, I'll roll
Yeah.
it.
I got it. Well, you should have rolled it. I got a 6.
I got a 16 on the die. Plus 2 would make it an 18.
Well, it has 29 shields at this point.
Yes. Call?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. Just it went quiet. I just wanted to make sure.
Are you adding high numbers? Is that why it's quiet?
Yes. Okay. So the ship is going to take 42 more points of damage.
So that's 13 past the shields.
Yes.
So now stuff is burning.
Yeah, as the toxic poisonous acid spray of a crate dragon starts eating away at the actual ship metal. But
Ugh.
I mean, you're still flying,
Yep. We'll take it
so
for
that's
what we
good.
got.
And then it's the ship's turn, actually.
All right. Come around. Burning and everything. And now we suddenly have 8 shields again.
No.
The shields they don't generate?
No.
Or,
Once the shields are reduced to 0, they no longer regenerate
that's
unless you go into maintenance.
okay. Well, actually, that's probably a pretty good idea. Why don't I just do that? Because otherwise, the ship's going to be toast if it can't get its hit point back.
Well, then take a repair action.
Mm-hmm. Where's that list of things?
Call. Can he take a repair action to repair the shield generator?
If he gets enough to get the hull back to 40,
I have to fill the hole.
yes.
So
However,
that's
I
tough.
know it says 1d4 plus 1, but you do have
Right.
3 repair bots specifically for the job.
Oh,
So,
okay. So fine. So here's what we'll do. So then they should be. So they would repair it even while I'm flying and shooting.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
So
no.
we'll.
You can take
What?
either the repair action, or the fire action.
yeah, if you choose to repair this turn, they will help you and they will make it better than just 1d4.
Oh, got it. So fine. So I'll take the repair action.
Okay. I mean, you could
So
also shoot. It's
I.
possible you could just kill it outright.
All right. Fine. You know what?
It's
That's
up to
probably the best
you.
bet.
It's up
We're
to
just
you.
gonna risk the ship.
I think he's
No,
giving
that's
us a
fine.
hint.
I'm gonna risk the ship. I could miss. That's the problem. That's what I worry about.
Again, up to
All
you.
right.
Completely up to you.
Canuck brings the burning ship around with all its systems go, sort of on fire, and opens up. Yeah, he gets it too. So
Oh no.
too much smoke in his eyes
Okay, well, at
from
least you didn't try to ram the ship into it. That would not have been
No,
good.
that was not no. Canuck is not.
Fair
He's just not
enough.
a guy, but he does his best. His best is just not good enough. That's all.
Jax, you're up.
Pyro roll hyper beam.
Do
Okay.
it. Kick its ass.
Ooh.
Please.
What's the DC for Hyper Beam again?
15.
15. Surprisingly, it makes it this time. I didn't think it would.
All right, it takes 35. Half of 35 would be 17. We'll move up another 30 feet closer. Puts me how far away from it?
If you moved up 30 feet last time, you'd be 15.
I don't want to be that close to it. We'll keep back 30. We'll move up another, I guess 10 feet, so we're within 30 feet of it.
Okay.
And I will bonus action geyser.
That's a strength check.
That is a strength check.
It fails.
Woohoo! It take. Hold on. Three points of bludgeoning damage. And it is knocked prone.
Is it
Wow.
is it able to be knocked prone?
Oh yeah, it's a big creature, but it's not immune to being prone. Because you have to remember that the stats are based off what a crate dragon looked like
Dead?
before the Mandalorian, and it's got legs. I don't know if it had legs in the Mandalorian, but it's supposed to. It's not dead, but it's funny. It's almost dead. Anything else? Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay, it's gonna take a legendary action to yeah, it's gonna try to swat Navaroth away.
Okay.
It's prone.
Yeah, so it's disadvantage.
Okay.
It could still try.
Remember, 28 is the number to beat.
It didn't hit it.
Okay.
Mashami.
I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Well, there you
Nice.
go.
So I'm back up, right?
You're stable on that one.
I have 1 hit point. So I fell off the back of the dragon and he fell prone. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just stand up.
Stab at it.
And I'm gonna pick up my rapier and I'm gonna
Do you get
please die.
Do you get a turn as well? I thought you just are stable and are up.
No, it's at the start of your turn that you roll the death saving throws.
So yeah. But that's up to you.
It is up to you.
Okay. Sure.
But I've definitely gone down a lot in other campaigns to know this fact, sadly.
Go for it.
Uh, 26 and a 21 to hit.
How you want to do it?
All right.
All right.
Woo!
I'm gonna be like, wow, ow. And then I'm just I'm not at its back. I'm just gonna stab it repeatedly by its spine and be like, "Stop it! Die! Die!" Frantically. I don't want to die.
And you just run up its neck and stab it in the eye.
Just like
Yeah.
cut it. Just run along its back.
All right. So with that, it explodes into various loot.
Pinnock goes, woo! And he flies above the ship's trailing smoke while he goes.
At this point, Pinook, you're like, woo, as all of a sudden all the lights on the ship start flashing red as it's taking
All the droids
critical
are making-
damage.
All the droids are making distressed droid Star Wars and bleeps.
Yeah.
Bleeps.
The astromech droid
He'll
is
bring-
freaking out.
He'll bring the craft down actually by them, and he'll get set to repairs because
I'm watching
honestly,
it.
that's what he's good at.
I'm just watching the ship fly overhead, and I'm just like, oh, look, Pinook's throwing confetti out the window. Oh, no, those are just pieces of the ship.
Oh, nice.
It's
Pinook-
sash.
So, Pinook, are you gonna try to land it, or are you gonna let the droid brain land itself?
I'm actually probably better than the droid brain, actually. But unless the droid, because if the ship's +2, I'm +3, right?
Yeah. Then
Right.
let's see a piloting check.
15 +3 is 18.
Okay, despite the stress of all the beeping noises and red lights, you managed to land it pretty fine.
Chaos in your surrounding is part of the Jawa,
This is true.
like, this is part of their typical environment.
This
I
is
grew up
true.
in stuff like this.
All right. So reward time.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm just gonna sit down where I'm at.
Okay, hold on. I just gotta make sure I have everything settled. Make sure
I'll go over, pat her on the shoulder, and heal her for 6 points.
Thank you.
That's what friendship does for you. It heals you.
Sure
See,
does.
literally.
Okay,
Everybody thought it was just a metaphor.
so credit wise, you guys get 42,250 credits.
A lot of credits.
He was a big boy.
You find a crate dragon pearl of regular
Yes.
quality.
Oh.
I think there's only 3 qualities, and regular is the second one. So,
Okay, that's fair, I guess. At least it's not shitty quality.
yeah. An improved jetpack
Ooh.
and a rapid core, which is a like blaster upgrade.
Ooh.
There you go. This thing must have eaten the Mandalorian.
Pretty much.
Or just Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I did consider at one
100%.
point putting Mandalorian armor as one of the rewards. Thought that would have been funny, but
It would have been. You should have.
no, I gave you the jetpack. You get one piece of the set. The
Gotcha,
other
so you have
pieces
to
you gotta
kill.
find.
We gotta kill the rest of the crate dragons. Okay.
Well, I figured if I ever got a chance to throw a Sarlacc pit at you, it'd be in there.
That's it.
Yeah. But those
You
are
know-
actually some pretty good items. So,
You know, guys, I wonder if this was the thing that was rumbling under the castle.
I think so. You know what I think it was? Who... something happened here a long time ago where this thing was rampaging around, and whoever was here before managed to imprison that thing underground using whatever that ritual was that we used the keys to unlock. That's my working theory.
Yeah, and they decided, yeah, the other guys will take care of it one day. Not our problem.
All right, so who wants what?
Yeah.
I can't use the jetpack because shell. So
Well, somebody more Mandalorian size should use the jetpack. I mean, Canuck would probably just explode, right? Or just
How much experience, Cole?
Right. I think it's going to be an even 3,000 each.
Wow.
Do, 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 do.
all right.
So everybody gets 8,450 credits.
8450 credits and 3,000 experience.
Correct.
So, Raph, how low were you?
After healing myself, I got up to 32, but I was at 22 before.
Okay.
So I was okay.
Now I know if I throw a big enough monster at you, I can get past your AC still. It's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, the key is going to be trying to throw up my wards to reduce the incoming damage if I do get hit.
Yeah. And hitting Jack still eludes me because he's always as far away as possible.
Yeah.
As far away as possible.
Yeah, I'm starting to lean towards that too. It was fun and
Poor
all.
Wrath is just like the straight up tank for everyone.
Yeah, I don't mind. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to be in the way just enough to let the rest of you guys survive.
Hold the line.
Yeah. And then at 8th level, I might take the enhanced lucky feat.
Enhanced lucky? Ooh.
Now,
Yeah.
the Great Dragon Pearl, that could go into a lightsaber, right?
Correct. It's
Oh, really?
technically it's technically a lightsaber crystal.
Oh, what does it do?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know.
I mean, I did actually offer the shitty version at one point, so I'll tell you this one.
Okay.
If you were to use it in a lightsaber, it would give you a +1 bonus to damage rolls. You also get you also get a +1 to damage rolls when using force powers when wielding your lightsaber as a focus. But if your force power would damage multiple targets, you can only apply the extra +1 bonus damage to one target.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I mean, it's not something I would necessarily pay for, but it's free, so.
Right.
I mean,
It's not free. We fought for that.
I mean,
You
where
upgrade
The ship money.
where else do you get a bonus to damage for your force spells? You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Didn't you already upgrade your crystal?
Oh yeah, it says I have a Deegan crystal, which is +1 to weapon damage.
Yeah. So
So why don't you, when we get back to the ship, or why don't you take this one, give that one to me, Because I can put that in my
Oh,
light.
yeah, you do have a lightsaber.
I do.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
And the rapid core, it's between Panuk and Mashami. What does
What
the
is that?
rapid core do,
You
Cole?
can have it show me if Pinook. He's like got a submachine gun now. He uses more, and his vibro blade. And it's only if you're like definitely not going to use it with Pinook take, because he's not going to use it right now anyway. He has to go change his ways to use it.
The rapid core is an upgrade that will give the rapid property to, or the rapid fire property to a weapon you have, which is something more
Mashami has
detailed
a
in the
blaster.
books.
Mashami has a blaster, right?
Yes.
I think you should have it.
I think the jetpack.
Pinook also has his shotgun wand, so let's remember that.
That's
Just
true.
as letting it charge. He didn't want to blow the charges last time.
I think the jetpack should either go to Jax or Panook.
I think it'd be funnier on Panuk.
Yeah.
It would be, but you're the one who wants to stay away, and Pinook is mirror image. I honestly also.
I would imagine 4 flying Panooks.
That's funny, but it's probably his biggest he is. Well, it's up to you. I kind of thought Jax might be. I could just sort of imagine Jax flying around blasting stuff.
I'll also go over to the Absol, and I will lay a hand on it and heal it for 5 points.
Speaking of the Absol, it sees you approach, and instead of doing anything sketchy, it actually sits down, accepts the healing, and then kind of looks at you with a happy smile, head tilt, and just kind of waits.
Uh,
Give it a Pokeball.
I will take out a Pokeball.
All right.
And I will try to capture it.
Okay. So in very anime style of Pokemon, you take out the Pokeball, and without even needing to throw it, it boops the Pokeball and basically captures itself. No roll needed.
That's how James catches all his Pokemon. So
Yeah.
James, greatest Pokemon master ever.
I don't know. There's one episode he had boobs. So,
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
no. So it gives the rapid core gives it the rapid property call.
Yeah.
So from what I'm reading, I don't know completely. So it consumes the amount equal to the rapid number. So if I shoot once and I use like 2 ammunitions,
So, okay, here's the thing. What's your reload on, like, the main gun you use? What does it say?
it takes an action to reload it.
No,
No,
like,
but
how
there's a-
many,
there's
like,
a
shots
number.
do you have?
Oh, I have 12.
12? Okay. So you get the rapid property of 6, because unless it already has the rapid property, which I don't think it does.
Mm-mm.
So if you were to use it, it would give that gun the rapid property of 6, and then I think every time you fire it, it uses 6 shots. But if I remember correctly, I'd have to bring it up to confirm. But I think when you fire it like that, any shot you use it actually becomes a cone instead of a single target. So you can shoot multiple things.
Hmm.
Because you shoot
Which
6
one
shots
was-
at once every time you fire.
Okay, so when single shot.
Well,
Okay,
I'll double check that
6.
for you.
And then the
That's
target
okay.
must, it would make a dex save. So 8 plus 8, so 16 dex save. And then on a failed save, roll the weapon's damage twice and add them together. Add in, so it's basically like a crit.
Yeah. If they fail their save, yeah.
If they fail their save.
But it does mean that you have to basically reload after every 2 shots.
So basically every turn. Because
Because you shoot twice in
I-
a turn.
I do.
It also means that if you wanted to shoot twice and then action surge, shoot another 2 more times, you can't. Because you have to shoot
Can't you
twice,
turn that
action
off?
surge, reload.
Can't you turn that off, Cole?
Well, yeah, but I guess you could. Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, it says you can instead unload a single.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's,
there's options.
I'll be RB.
so I could do one and then just do a regular attack on the second one.
What happens if it makes the save? Does it take no damage?
It wouldn't take the, I wouldn't get to roll a second time.
Okay, so you just rolled normal damage.
Yep.
Okay. As long as you're still doing damage, that's fine.
I can't wait to put this in.
So, this is just a normal one, right?
Yeah.
It's not superior or championed, or
No.
it's not advanced or artifact. Just premium. Okay.
Yeah, it's whatever the
Just
base one
wondering.
is.
Okay. Cool.
So for the crystals, Jax, I'm giving you the Deegan crystal, and I'll take the Crate Dragon crystal. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. How do you spell crate again? I know it's not spelled CRATE.
It's
CRA. Yeah.
KRAYT.
E.
No,
Yeah.
KRAYT.
There's an E at the end.
No, there's not.
Uh,
Not in the monster manual. There isn't.
what?
I think it looks better without the E.
I think it does too, but
That looks right to me.
if I didn't just click off it, I'm pretty sure it had it, but whatever.
So it's just Crate Crystal.
Crate
It's
pearl.
crate, yeah, it would be a crate pearl. Or a crate dragon pearl. Where the fuck? Where am I trying to click on? Yeah. Crate dragon pearl regular is what it is.
Yep.
How many modifications? It's 3 max, right?
I think so. Although I think if you have a higher, like you could theoretically, yeah, on base equipment I think it's 3. But you could potentially buy like upgraded base equipment to be able to add more stuff to it.
And what type of crystal are you giving me, Nav?
A Deegan.
That one's cracked or that one's chipped?
I think it's regular. It's the one that doesn't give negatives. It's just a +1 to damage.
All right, that one's chipped. Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Okay. So you've defeated the Crate Dragon.
Woohoo! Well, we need to repair the ship.
I need a nap.
Yeah, same. I was just gonna say that.
All right, you guys go repair. You guys go take a nap. Uh, I'm gonna get the droids working on repairing the ship. And I'm gonna play with some Pokemon.
What time of day is it now? Feels like a very long day we've had.
Yeah. With the vast exploration of the mansion happening also on this day, it would be getting quite late at this point. The sun would
Well, you
be
know what the best thing about
setting.
droids are?
They don't sleep,
They don't sleep. They
although
work.
they want to sometimes.
Hey, the assassin droid will keep the pit droids in line. Or actually, the astromech Loki will keep the pit droids in line.
And in fact, I'm pretty sure in the Star Wars universe they prefer to sleep whenever they're not in use.
That's fine.
All right. So long rest time.
For them, I'm. Am I able to get the ship repaired and take a long rest, or do I have to be up for it, or
Okay,
what?
back.
I mean, are you just overseeing the droids?
Yeah, making sure that they do their job.
I mean, there isn't a droid handling check, is there?
No.
Um, but there is a computers check. Screw it. It's their job. You could stay up and help them and it'll go faster, or you could just let them do it and they'll probably be done by the time you need to leave.
Okay. And everybody get the long rest. Oh, Pinocchio, you get the backpack.
Okay, fine.
It gives you a flying speed of 50 that lasts for 14 minutes.
It lasts for 1 minute.
The jetpack lasts for 1 minute per power cell to a
Right.
maximum of 14 minutes.
Do you have
So we could,
14 power cells to fuel it?
No, but I have a couple. I have a
Okay.
few.
So you get a minute per a fly speed of 50 for a minute per power cell you have.
Well, it's combat. Otherwise, load up the
but it can be
Yeah.
recharged by a power source or replacing the power cells.
Yeah.
So we could hook it up to the ship and recharge it.
Yeah.
But we could, put 2 or 3 power cells in it. So that
Uh,
you have at least 2 or 3 minutes worth of flying.
let me take a look. My record sheets.
I mean,
Yeah,
even just a
I
minute of
have.
flying is pretty handy sometimes.
I'll just have to buy more power cells whenever we get the chance.
Yeah, we will.
I have 2 power cells on me, but I'll get a whole bunch more.
Yeah, I'm running low on mine too.
Well, I've got a solar charger that can recharge power cells. So
Real quick, how much experience is needed to get from level 7 to level 8? Or how much experience total do you need for level 8?
It is 34,000.
so I'll have to ask again later.
Um,
7,000
what are we
more.
calling this thing? A flying backpack?
A jetpack improved.
Nice. Panook can fly fast.
Yep.
Yup. I mean, let's be real. What's more, a Mandalorian Jawa is got to be one of the most intimidating things you ever thought of, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So,
The biggest fish is dead.
yeah, a long
Yep.
rest achieved.
Just
What's
remember, those
next?
of you who went into your meditation chamber or
Yeah,
the
I got my
other
bonuses.
chamber, you get bonus force points.
Yes.
Hey, look, guys. Once per round, I can now add a d6 to my saving throws
Oh,
Nice.
congratulations.
and death saving throws.
Nice.
Okay, so I took all the credits that we got from the mimics and threw that into the party fund.
Okay.
That came out to like less than 500 credits.
That's
That's fine.
So as of right now, we have in the party fund 45,338 credit,
nice.
and we'll use some of that to refuel the ship, and we can use that to. I want to save up to so we can get to the next tier in the ship, and that's at 77,000.
Okay. What do we get for the next tier?
We become uh, we can become one of 4 or 5 types of ships: a freighter, a gunboat, a navigator, or a yacht. If we take freighter, we get a storage compartment modification that doesn't count against our total modifications, and it brings our base cargo up to 50 tons instead of 25 we have now. We can become a gunboat and we get a fixed hardpoint modification that doesn't count towards our total modifications. And we get a +1 bonus damage, +1 bonus to damage with ship weapons. So we would get a second. We can get a second weapon then. We go gunboat. Then we get a +1 to that. We can get become a navigator. Your ship gets the nav computer slot modification, which doesn't count towards total modifications. And if the deployed operator fails an astrogation check, we could roll twice on the hyperspace mishaps table and choose either total. But we already have a nav computer, so we don't need to do that.
Okay.
And if we become a yacht, your ship gains the recreation modification, which does not count towards total modifications. And while hosting guests, they have disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom checks. So the um, recreation suite Comes with a bar and a lounge area, as well as multiple of each gaming set and musical instruments that can accommodate a number of civilians, crew, troopers equal to twice the number of shit's suite capability. While utilizing these tools, we could add proficiency bonuses. If you do not already do so, you can add your proficiency bonus to make checks instead of adding double your proficiency. Blah blah. If you already had that, blah, blah, blah.
So wait, you can hold double the amount of people in the recreation suite.
Yes.
Okay, so
While
you
playing one of the gaming sets or musical instruments, you can always readily read the emotions of those paying attention to you. During this time, and for up to 1 minute after completing, you have advantage on wisdom insight checks to read the emotions of those performed performed or competed against.
so
Uh,
with it.
Lastly, when a creature complete, well, hold on, Cole. I'm sorry. Lastly, when a creature completes a long rest involved in this feat, they gain advantage on the first ability check or attack roll they make before the start of their next long rest.
Huh.
Go ahead.
So with your suite capacity of a medium ship only being 4, it can hold 8 people. So it's a gaming parlor.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, which is fine.
You've got like a single table in there that's got a bunch of like cards on it that you can play like D&D on.
We can always play poker or what was it? Tall card. Is that the game that they played on Firefly or Pyramid from Battlestar Galactica? Those are all card games. And we have advantage on people we're playing against, and they have disadvantage on their checks. So yeah,
Is that
we
the
can
one you
make.
want to go for?
I don't know. I think it would be best if we went for the cargo. Then we could start hauling cargo around
Okay.
if we want to do
Yeah.
something like that.
It was between that one and the gun one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The yacht seems pretty nice too, though. But I don't know if that's our
Yeah.
I
style.
mean, yeah, how many times you can invite guests to your ship to play a game of
Yeah,
cards?
take people on our ship and swindle them out of their money.
Yeah.
And if they get upset about it, that's when your assassin droid walks in.
Yeah.
If we go gunboat when we hit level 4, once per round, a deployed gunner can roll the weapon damage one additional time to determine the extra damage for a critical hit of the ship attack.
Yeah, it's basically, do we want to take cargo hauling missions or escort missions? Or
Right.
just assassination missions? I don't know.
It's a hard decision.
Do we want to carry a lot of stuff or do we want to blow shit up?
All right, blow shit up. Never mind. I'm simple.
But again, that's going to cost us about 77 grand. So we've got 49 of it or 45 of it now. So we're
Yeah, I
on our
mean,
way.
I've got 41K, and I'm willing to part with some of it to put in towards that if necessary.
Yeah,
Well,
but that will throw money too if it gets us there. And we really want it.
If that's what you guys want to do,
We also got to start putting money into rebuilding this place.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
with the 15 minutes of it just rampaging and destroying buildings, there's not much left.
Yeah. Figured.
Well, I mean, that's good in one way.
I'll let you start fresh.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just gotta
Make your own designs.
get rid of it.
You do know that there's at least a manor still standing. Probably.
Yeah, sort of. if we get this place up and running, at least we can collect passive income for people who rent. I have no idea how long that would take.
Yeah, it's definitely a fixer-upper. I would focus on the castle first, just so that we have that one.
Well, why don't we
spot.
go? Why don't we go and see if we can't hire? Let's go to a neighboring town or a town not far from here, and see if we can't hire some.
Some contractors.
Yeah,
All right.
or can we do that? Oh, Call, do we have to do that in person, or can we do that over the communications?
What do you mean? Like you're still in a fantasy world,
Fantasy, right?
so it's not like you can just like radio up the nearest, contracting company and have them fly out here and start building.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe offer an incentive program. Be like, help us rebuild, and you get off like
Get a piece of land. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
yeah, and you just pay taxes.
we could do that. You know what we could do? We could do that to other players.
Hmm. Yeah, build your player home here.
Exactly.
I mean,
Is that cool?
yeah. Theoretically, you could.
We would at least have to maybe get rid of the rubble and stuff. Make it
Well,
look like, yeah, you wanna be here. Nothing bad happens here.
I was thinking that would be part of the you come here and you get this plot of land for free. You just have to pay upkeep on it or whatever. But the catch is you got to clear away the rubble and shit.
help rebuild the town. You get your own house. Rebuild your own house.
Yeah.
So you put the advertisement out. Hey, free land. Who wants? Some people show up, and you're like, okay, yeah, this land's yours. Just you see this giant fucking mess? Yeah, not my problem anymore. I'll be back next week for rent.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, it's such a scumpy thing to do.
But we could be like, your rent for like the first, I don't know, X amount of time is lower because you are helping us out as well.
Yeah.
Well, that something to think about for sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Speaking of which, other than trying to get this place back up and running, what's next for our intrepid adventurers?
I don't know.
I think we
Give
should.
us something to do. That was finding the castle,
Yeah. I think next session we're gonna focus on finding out what we can do with our riches.
The necromancers are still out there. Remember that.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Uh, so do you want to return to World Origin?
Yeah, I think so.
All
We
right.
can we can do some research and follow some leads and whatnot. Purchase some stuff.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
All right.
So we will use 8 fuel points. Down to one.
See if I can find another rapid core. It would take it down to 3 instead of 6.
Okay. So, going back to World Origin to potentially buy some things. It'll be a good place to end for this session. So you
Right.
guys can think about what you might want for next time. Also, think about what you might want to do beyond buying and selling. That way you can give me some idea of what direction you guys want to take it. You know? There are a lot of things you can do. Just gotta let me know what it is you want to do.
All the options.
So that's going to be homework, I guess. Next time we go for a shopping episode, probably.
Nah, I don't think it'll be that big.
The price is
Nope.
right.
I don't think it'll be that much. Yeah, I think maybe we should start exploring some of the sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
See that most of us are sci-fi based.
You mean drop your inherent advantage over all the fantasy monsters?
Yes.
We're like upgrading.
Okay.
So while at World Origin, we'll look to see if there's any kind of job postings for some maybe cargo hauling or something like that, or some kind of adventure
Okay.
seekers.
Yeah.
I'll have a couple ideas ready. Hopefully.
All the stars.
I already have a couple ideas thrown through my mind.
Okay.
Maybe we can actually have a ship combat at some point. See how much we like and or dislike that.
Oh God, no. God, no.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna get off.
Yeah.
You all have a good day.
Actually, Raph, I need to
Yes.
speak to you for a minute.
Sure.
So if you could stay on, or if we can go to a private chat.
Yeah, we'll wrap things up.
I'm gonna split the thanks a lot, guys. That was fun.
All
Have a
right.
good night.
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks for playing,
care.
everybody.
Night.
You guys next week.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, Mashami or Rebecca, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you get the message